click this button here. There we go. I just used this software for the first time the other night. This is my second time using it. And obviously I missed a step. So, there we go. I just used this software. Right, that's working. Is it bright enough? Shall I brighten it up a smidgen? This is quite a handy wee tool, wee remote control, to work both my lights. So brighten that one up a bit, and this one as well. Don't want to go too far and overexpose. So how's it looking? There's a lag, you see, and I can't monitor because my screen's behind me. So here is my guitar. How's the sound now, folks? I'll switch off my radio mic. Boom. So now I'm talking into this. Might have to get a bit closer to it, I'm not sure. Sounds good in the headphones, but I can't hear what you're hearing. Well, actually, you should be hearing what I'm hearing as well. And what I'm hearing is that the volume on the audio for the mic is a little bit low unless I get right in on it, and then it sounds okay. But I don't have a boom, so I can't angle the mic closer to my coupon. I can only bring my coupon closer to the mic. So that might be the answer. Anyway, this is my Kim Walker SJ. And I just watched a video of my friend John Thomas, who also has a Kim Walker SJ, actually from the same billet of wood as this one. And I have a nice picture of John and me together with our SJs at his home in New Haven, Connecticut. In 2015, when I went over to pick this guitar up from the maker, Kim Walker, who's a friend of John's, and it was through John that I first learned of Kim Walker's guitars. But John just posted a video of his playing a fingerstyle arrangement of the Beatles yesterday. He spoke about his law students. He teaches at Quinnipiac University in New Haven, and he's a law professor. And he was talking about how challenging it must be for his students, having to study for law exams during these crazy times. And he played yesterday as a little tune to make them feel good, and reminded him of his days as a student back in whenever it was. So yeah, last time I was at John's house, like I go there regularly. When I visited John that time, I got to play his collection of Gibson guitars, amongst others. He has three Banner Gibson guitars from the war years, about which he wrote a book called The Kalamazoo Gals, which documented the building of Gibson guitars by women during the war. And while I was there, I got to play this song on an old Gibson guitar, which just felt right. It's a Bruce Springsteen song, based on the John Steinbeck novel, Grapes of Wrath. And I can hear my wife clattering around the kitchen. I think she's going to be popping in any minute now. Anyway, I shall play on. So this is The Ghost of Tom Joad by Bruce Springsteen. Men walking along the railroad tracks, going someplace and there's no going back. Patrol choppers coming up over the ridge. Hot soup on a campfire under the bridge. stretching round the corner. Welcome to the new world order. Families sleeping in the cars in the southwest. No peace, no job, no home, no rest. Well, the highway is alive tonight. Where it's headed for, everybody knows. Sitting down here in the campfire light, searching for the ghost of Tom Jones. He pulls a prayer book out of his sleeping bag. Preacher lights up a bud and he takes a drag, waiting for when the last shall be first and the first shall be last. In a cardboard box neath the underpass, you got a one-way ticket to the promised land. You got a hole in your belly, a gun in your hand, sleeping on a pillow of solid rock, bathing in the city aqueduct. Oh, the highway is alive tonight. Nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, waiting on the ghost of Tom Jones. Tom said, Mom, wherever there's a cop beating a guy, wherever a hungry newborn baby cries, where there's a fear in the blood and hatred in the air, look for me, Mom, and I'll be there. Wherever someone's fighting for a place to stand, or a decent job, or a helping hand, wherever there's someone struggling to be free, just look in his eyes, Mom, you see me. Well, the highway is alive tonight. Where it's headed for, everybody knows. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, with the ghost of old Tom Jones. Well, the highway is alive tonight. Nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, with the ghost of old Tom Jones. Ghost of Tom Joad by Bruce Springsteen, one of my all-time favourites. I love playing that one. So, how was the sound? I'm going to pick up my phone now, see who's tuned in. Nathan, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. You've been crushing it with some of those geometric designs you're putting up on Instagram. Nathan's a guitar builder that I know. very, very good guitar builder, as well as a fantastic musician. Check out his work; it's phenomenal. Good to see you on the stream, Nathan. Belinda, my number one fan. Thank you very much for tuning in. Good to see you. Sorry you're not going to make it to Aaron. Maybe September, eh? Hopefully, fingers crossed. And my old pal Dave Hall. How you doing, Dave? Good to see you. Always a fan. Thanks for tuning in. So, how's the sound on this? I can't see any comments. I don't know if any have come in. I've just got a list of who's watching. I think I might just turn the bass down a little bit. Turn the bass down a smidgen there on the guitar DI pedal. I'm going to do a wee bit of Bert Jansch now. Back in '92, there was a documentary shown on Channel 4 called Acoustic Roots. And it was a documentary about a guitar player called Bert Jansch. I'd never heard of him. I was at home recuperating from an accident, which Dave Hall will know all about, and flicking channels, and I just caught this documentary by chance. And there was a guy called Whiz Jones playing a tune called Angie. This was apparently the tune that everybody was learning back in the 60s, down in London, sort of in the Soho scene, round about Les Cousins' club. And this tune was the passport to get you into these clubs. So Gordon Giltrap told me on the podcast interview that I did with him. Excuse me. And the first time I heard that tune, I decided I wanted to learn to play guitar. So that's what I did. I got myself into Glasgow that weekend, Biggers in Sauchiehall Street, and I bought my first guitar. So at St Andrews University must have been 93. I started in 93, and I met a guy in St Regulus Hall where we went for meals, who took me to his room one time and showed me his playing Angie. And I was just blown away. I didn't know other people knew of this kind of thing. And I watched what he was doing, and I was like, is that just an A minor chord? He said, yeah, it's just an A minor chord. And he showed me the bones of it. And I went away and practiced it and practiced it and practiced it. It's a slippery one. It's fun. It's an old alternating thumb kind of thing. That's the technique that you have to learn to play this kind of thing. Once you get that technique, it opens up a whole new world to your playing. And it took me a while, but I got it. So this here is Angie, the Bert Jansch arrangement. Here we go. Angie, written by Davy Graham, and that was the Bert Jansch arrangement, or an interpretation thereof. Hope you liked that one. Who's joined in? Let's have a look. Phil Taylor, hello, nice to see you. Dave says no audio at this end. I hope that's not the case for all of you, and I've not made a mistake in my setup here. As I can say, I can hear it on my my headphones. So, Philip, if you're still watching, can you let me know whether you could hear that okay? That would be good, thank you. I'm going to do one more song before I log off for the night. Who's this, by the way? Who's this an impression of? Check out my hand position and the capo. Yes, it's Boris Johnson. You've all seen that picture, right? Boris playing guitar with his hand behind the capo. Our illustrious leader. So I'm going to go back, do another Bruce Springsteen one from the same album as The Ghost of Tom Joad. The album is also called The Ghost of Tom Joad. But the song I'm going to play you is not called that. The song is called Straight Time. Frequency, lower, treble. Back in '86, and I found me a wife. Walked the straight and narrow, just trying to stay out and stay alive. I got a job at the factory, it ain't gonna make me rich. In the darkness before dinner comes, sometimes I can feel the itch. Got a cold mind to go tripping across that thin line. I ain't making straight time. My uncle's at the evening table, makes his living running hard cars. Slips me $100 bill, says, Charlie, you best remember who your friends are. Got a cold mind to go tripping across that thin line. I'm sick of doing straight time. 8 years in, feels like you're gonna die, but you get used to anything. Sooner or later it becomes your life. Table in the evening, tossing my little baby's hide. Mary smiling as she watches me out of the corner of her eye. It seems you can't get any more than half free. I step out onto the front porch and suck the cold air deep inside of me. Tripping across that thin line, I ain't doing straight time. the smell from my hands. I lay my head down on the pillow and go drifting off into foreign land. There we are. Beautiful Bruce Springsteen song from The Ghost of Tom Joad. Thanks all for listening. As always, it's enjoyable to play. Even more enjoyable when somebody's enjoying it too. And so I thank you all for tuning in. I have been thinking a bit about doing some online kind of lessons. I have done online recordings. I've got even that song I played first tonight, the Ghost of Tom Joad. I do have a video lesson, or is it Straight Time? It might actually be Straight Time, the one I just played. Funny, I can't remember which one it was. It's on my YouTube channel, so you can look it up. But if you're stuck at home with a guitar and you would like some lessons, it might be good to get together. Excuse me. Be good to get together and do a bit of teaching. If that's something that would interest you, give me a message, let me know, and we'll arrange something. I would enjoy that, and I think it's a really good way to spend your time when you're stuck at home. Music really, yeah, it's therapy, it's joy, it's solace, it's everything, really. So if you would like to get in touch, let me know. Thanks very much. I'm going to turn my back on you now as I turn off the stream. So I'll switch back on my radio mic. There we go. So we're back on radio mic. I need to switch cameras so you're not looking at the back of my bonnet. How do I do that? In here, camera. Boom, webcam. Right. And remote for the lights. Boom, boom. And there we are, back on the webcam again. So I don't see any comments coming in on the app. But there is actually a button here. So the only comment showing up is Dave Hall. So I will say thanks everyone for tuning in. Does that show up? Yes, it does. Excellent. So I'm looking at OBS instead of Stream Deck, a way of setting up OBS, which is free software that you can use for streaming. But I do like this StreamYard product because it's really easy to use. So I would have to set up a virtual camera in OBS, which is a little bit complicated. That's how I roll, I guess. Because I've ordered a Stream Deck, which is a little device with 12, 15, can't remember. I think it's 15 buttons on it, which is designed for this kind of thing, so I can bring up lower thirds and, make it a bit more interactive and easier to switch cameras and that sort of thing. So that's on its way, along with a light to go here so that, the light around is a bit more balanced and I look better facing this way. If anyone's watching from RMMGA, which for those that don't know, is an annual gathering of guitar nerds that takes place every year. This year's has been cancelled for obvious reasons. It would have been in April down in the Cotswolds. It's been cancelled, so Dan, the organizer, mentioned in his email that we should do some kind of virtual live streaming type scenario, which I'm all for, and I would like to offer my services with that, whatever form that might take. So I don't suppose you're watching, Dan, but if you are, reach out. We'll get something arranged. Once I figure out how to use the tech that's on its way from Amazon, we'll sort something out. So that's me for tonight, folks. It's time to end the broadcast, and I will thank you all once again for coming to see me play. Get in touch and let me know what you think about the lessons idea. That would be fantastic. If I could just find my mouse cursor, I would click this button here. Good night, all.